Here's a number that should stop you cold. Americans over the age of 65 spend an average of more than $48,000 per year on living expenses. And buried inside that number, hidden in grocery bills, pharmacy runs, healthcare costs, and insurance premiums, is a chunk of money that a smart Costco strategy can quietly cut down. We're talking about the real Costco senior deals that can actually move the needle, not the stuff you already know about. Not buy in bulk and save. We're talking about services, memberships, programs, and specific products that most seniors walk right past every single time they're in that building, and it's costing them real money month after month, year after year. But what if your Costco membership was already one of the smartest financial tools you own, and you just hadn't unlocked it yet? Today, we're going through 18 Costco senior deals, and I mean 18 real ones, not padding the list with stuff that doesn't actually save you anything. We're covering groceries, health services, prescriptions, insurance, travel, and a membership math trick that could pay for itself in a single afternoon. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which corners of that warehouse to head for and which ones to finally stop ignoring. Whether you're already a member who feels like they're getting decent value, or you're someone who's wondering whether that annual fee is really worth it, this list is going to change how you see Costco. And if you want to catch the membership math breakdown we're getting into later, the one that tells you whether you should upgrade your membership right now, make sure you subscribe so you don't lose this video in your feed. Alright, let's get into it. Starting with the one that started a legend. Item 1. The Rotisserie Chicken. The $4.99 dinner that has outlasted inflation itself. Let's start with the one that has become genuinely mythological in the world of smart shopping. Costco's Rotisserie Chicken. Still $4.99. Think about that for a second. That price has been locked in since the late 1990s. In a world where a dozen eggs has doubled, where a gallon of milk quietly climbed without anyone announcing it, where everything from a box of cereal to a bag of coffee has gone up, this chicken has held its ground like it's made of something stronger than poultry. Here's the business reality behind that price. Costco uses the chicken as what the industry calls a loss leader. They price it aggressively, sometimes at or below their own cost, because they know what happens next. You grab the chicken, and then you're in the store. And then the cart fills up. The chicken gets you through the door. Everything else they sell pays for it. But for seniors, that business model is your advantage. You take the chicken, you make smart choices on everything else, and you win the transaction. Here's what most shoppers don't do. They buy the chicken, serve it for dinner, and that's the end of the story. But one 3-pound Costco rotisserie chicken can stretch across a full dinner, a next-day chicken salad, chicken soup on day 3, and a wrap or quesadilla on day 4. If you combine it with Costco's bulk rice and a bag of frozen vegetables, both available in the warehouse, you can put together complete meals for around $2 a plate. For seniors managing arthritis, limited mobility, or just low-energy days, the convenience factor on top of the price is what makes this the starting point for every smart Costco trip. And speaking of smart trips, stay with me, because later in this list we're getting into a Costco service that can save you more per year. In fact, it might be the single biggest senior saving nobody is actually talking about. Item 2. Kirkland OTC Medications. The pharmacy aisle, most seniors walk right past. Here's one that sounds boring until you do the math. Costco sells Kirkland signature versions of some of the most commonly used over-the-counter medications in America. And the savings are not subtle. Take allergy medication. Cetirizine, the active ingredient in Zyrtec, is available as a Kirkland signature generic. The FDA requires that generic medications contain the same active ingredient at the same dosage, and with the same bioavailability as the name brand. This is not a lesser product. It is, by regulatory definition, the same medication. A 365-count bottle of Kirkland cetirizine runs approximately $14 to $16 at Costco. A comparable name brand Zyrtec package, 70-count, runs $35 to $45. You're paying more than double per pill for the brand name. For something that works identically, Kirkland also carries generic versions of ibuprofen, omeprazole for acid reflux, naproxen sodium, and more. If you're currently buying any of these products at a drugstore, and a significant number of seniors are, often monthly, you're almost certainly overpaying. The pro tip here is simple. On your next Costco visit, bring your current OTC shopping list. Walk the Kirkland aisle. Cross-reference every item. Most seniors who do this for the first time walk out mildly frustrated that they didn't do it sooner. The monthly savings across 2 or 3 OTC products can easily hit $30 to $60. That's $360 to $720 a year, just from switching the pharmacy aisle you shop in. And if generics can do that much on allergy pills, wait until you hear what Costco's actual pharmacy counter can do for prescription medications. Item 3. Costco Pharmacy. The prescription savings secret that doesn't require a membership. This one surprises people every time. Costco's pharmacy consistently ranks among the lowest cost options for generic prescription medications in the United States. Consumer advocates and price comparison tools, including GoodRx, have repeatedly highlighted Costco pharmacy pricing as competitive, often significantly lower than CVS, Walgreens, and Rite Aid for the same medications. But here's the part most people don't know. In most U.S. states, you do not need a Costco membership to use the pharmacy. The pharmacy counter is typically accessible to the public, meaning your neighbor who isn't a member could walk in off the street, hand over a prescription, and get it filled at member-competitive pricing. For seniors managing multiple prescriptions, which describes the majority of adults over 65, this is not a small deal. Generic drug prices at Costco for commonly prescribed medications like metformin, lisinopril, atorvastatin, and levothyroxine are frequently lower than what Medicare Part D copays come out to for some beneficiaries. The pro tip: before your next refill, go to Costco's website, find the pharmacy price tool, enter your medication and dosage, and compare. This takes 10 minutes. The potential savings are worth 10 minutes. This is the kind of information that quietly changes people's financial situations. Not because it's dramatic, but because prescriptions are monthly, and monthly savings compound. Now let's go back to the product aisles, because the next one is about something millions of seniors pay for every single day, and usually far more than they need to. Item 4. Prescription eyeglasses. Seeing clearly without the boutique markup. Let's talk vision. The average American pays approximately $351 for a single pair of prescription eyeglasses, according to recent optical industry surveys. If you're buying progressives, the lenses that handle both near and distance vision, you're often looking at $400 to $700 at a chain optical retailer. And if you need a second pair as a backup, which most eye care professionals recommend, that number doubles. Costco's optical centers offer prescription lenses and frames at pricing that many shoppers report as meaningfully lower, often in the range of $100 to $200 less per pair compared to LensCrafters, Pearl Vision, or similar retailers. And this is for complete prescription glasses, including lens coatings, not stripped-down no-frills versions. What most people don't realize is the bundling convenience. Many Costco locations have independent optometrists operating right next to the optical center. You can get your eye exam, pick your frames, and have the whole process moving in a single trip. For seniors managing transportation challenges or just limited energy, that consolidation of errands is genuinely valuable. The practical play for seniors: if your prescription has been stable, this is a good year to finally get that backup pair. At Costco prices, it's affordable enough to actually do. And having a backup pair, stored safely, kept for travel or emergencies, removes one of those low-grade anxieties that builds up quietly. Because when you can't see clearly, everything gets harder. Driving, reading your medications, enjoying a book. That's not just inconvenience. That's quality of life. And Costco makes protecting your vision more accessible than almost anywhere else. Item 5. Costco Hearing Centers. The truth about what's there now and why it still matters. Okay, here's where I'm going to be straight with you, because most videos on this topic get this wrong. If you've seen other YouTube videos talking about Kirkland Signature hearing aids at Costco, understand that Costco discontinued the Kirkland Signature branded hearing aid line in 2023. If someone is telling you to go pick up Kirkland hearing aids in 2025 or 2026, that information is outdated. And acting on outdated information in a healthcare context is not something we're going to do here. Here's what's actually there and why it still matters enormously. Costco's hearing centers continue to operate. They now carry brands including Philips HearLink, Jabra Enhance, and Rexton, among others. These are legitimate, professionally supported hearing devices, not discount knockoffs, available at prices significantly below what a traditional audiologist clinic typically charges. The Hearing Loss Association of America puts the average cost of a pair of hearing aids from a traditional provider at around $4,600. Costco-sold models from brands like Philips HearLink have been reported by purchasers in the $1,400 to $1,800 range per pair. That is a gap of roughly $2,800 to $3,200 on a single purchase. And what you get is not just a device. Costco hearing centers include professional fittings by licensed hearing instrument specialists, follow-up adjustment appointments. These services frequently cost extra at traditional providers. At Costco, they're part of the package. For anyone managing hearing loss, which affects approximately 1 in 3 adults over 65, this is not a luxury. It's access to something that changes how you experience daily life. Conversations with family. The ability to follow a TV show without closed captions at full size. Hearing the world around you without constantly asking people to repeat themselves. Costco makes that more financially reachable than almost any other mainstream option. The brand name on the aid changed. The value did not. Item 6. Kirkland Vitamins and Supplements. Paying for the ingredient, not the marketing budget. The supplement industry pulls in over $50 billion annually in the United States. A meaningful portion of that revenue has nothing to do with the quality of what's in the capsule. It's the bottle design, the influencer deal, the shelf placement fee, the premium label. You're buying branding. Costco strips that away. Kirkland signature supplements, including vitamin D3, fish oil, vitamin B12, magnesium, CoQ10, and multivitamins, are frequently produced under the same manufacturing standards as name brands and priced in a way that dramatically lowers cost per dose. Here's a specific comparison worth knowing. A 500-count bottle of Kirkland fish oil at Costco often runs $18 to $22. A comparable name brand 200-count at a drugstore regularly sells for $25 to $30. You're getting more than double the quantity for less money. For seniors managing vitamin D levels, critical for bone density, immune function, and mood regulation, or taking fish oil for cardiovascular support, the math of buying Kirkland versus name brand at a pharmacy is hard to ignore. The smart approach: always look for third-party verification marks like USP on the label when available. Not every supplement has it, but when it's there, it means an independent lab confirmed the contents match what the label claims. Kirkland products frequently carry these marks. And the most important pro tip of all: buy only what you consistently take. A 1,000-count bottle of something you stop using after a month is wasted money, no matter how cheap per capsule it is. Item 7. Kirkland Signature Coffee. Stop paying the coffee shop tax. Here is a number that feels small until you add it up. The average American spends approximately $1,100 per year on coffee consumed outside the home. For seniors on a fixed income, that's a line item worth looking at. Kirkland Signature Coffee, available in ground, whole bean, and various roast profiles, including dark, medium, and decaf, breaks down to roughly 7 to 12 cents per cup when you calculate it from the bag. A cafe coffee averages $4 to $6 per drink. You can do that math yourself, but the annual saving of switching from a daily cafe habit to home-brewed Kirkland is somewhere in the range of $900 to $1,400, depending on your current routine. Here's the piece of Costco coffee lore that gets talked about a lot. Certain Kirkland coffee products have historically been connected to prominent name-brand roasters. The specifics shift over time, and Costco doesn't always confirm sourcing publicly, but the consistent story from people who taste test blind is that the quality competes with premium options at a fraction of the price. For seniors managing blood pressure or heart conditions, the decaf option matters. You get the ritual. You get the warmth. You get the habit that starts your morning without the caffeine load. And you get it for pennies per cup. The quiet message here is that Costco makes it possible to have your coffee and drink it too, without that daily expense. Item 8. Kirkland Extra Virgin Olive Oil. Heart-healthy cooking at half the specialty store price. If you eat regularly, and presumably you do, you're going through cooking oil constantly. And for seniors focused on heart health, what kind of oil you cook with matters. Extra virgin olive oil is the foundation of the Mediterranean dietary pattern, which has been associated in multiple large-scale clinical studies with reduced risk of cardiovascular events, lower inflammation markers, and better overall metabolic health. This is not fringe nutrition science. This is well established. The problem is price. Walk into a specialty grocery store and a high-quality Evo O can cost $30 to $40 for a small bottle. For daily cooks, that disappears fast and costs a lot. Costco's Kirkland Signature Extra Virgin Olive Oil comes in a 2-liter tin and typically runs well under $20, often in the $13 to $18 range depending on location and timing. The per-ounce cost frequently comes in at 18 to 22 cents, compared to 35 to 55 cents at Whole Foods or specialty importers. The pro tip most people miss: store your olive oil in a cool, dark cabinet, not right next to the stove where heat exposure is constant. Heat and light degrade olive oil faster than most people realize. Stored properly, a sealed bottle maintains quality for 18 to 24 months from the production date. So buying the large Costco size is not just economical, it's practical, as long as you store it right. For seniors trying to cook in a way that supports their heart and their health, Costco makes the better choice cheaper. That's not nothing. Item 9. Wild-caught salmon. Freezer-friendly protein that earns its price. Let's talk about protein, specifically the kind that comes with a side of science. Omega-3 fatty acids from fatty fish, like salmon, are associated with reduced systemic inflammation, improved cardiovascular markers, and better cognitive function over time. For adults over 65, where inflammation and heart health are ongoing concerns, eating fatty fish regularly is one of the most consistently recommended dietary choices by cardiologists and registered dietitians alike. Costco's wild-caught salmon, available in large multi-pound packs and varying by season and availability, is typically priced at $9 to $12 per pound. At most grocery stores, fresh salmon runs $14 to $18 per pound. On a 3-pound pack, that's a saving of $15 to $18 per purchase. For a household buying salmon weekly, that's $780 to $936 per year. Here's how to make it work practically. Buy the pack. Immediately portion it into individual serving sizes, 1 fillet per person per meal. Wrap each portion tightly in plastic wrap, then place in a freezer bag. Label with the date. Flash freeze. You've just stocked your freezer with 4 to 6 high-quality protein dinners for the price of one restaurant entree. Cooking salmon is simpler than people think. Season with lemon, garlic, and a pinch of dill. Bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes. That's it. No complicated recipe. No chefy technique required. And I promised you something earlier in this list. I told you we'd get to one deal that has nothing to do with anything in the grocery aisles, something that could save you more per year than almost everything else combined. We're almost there. 2 more items and we hit it. Item 10. Executive Membership ROI. The upgrade calculation most seniors never do. You ready for the one that has nothing to do with food? Because this might be the most financially significant item in this entire video, and it's not a product. It's a decision. Costco offers 2 membership tiers. The Gold Star membership at $65 per year, and the Executive membership at $130 per year, a $65 premium. In return for that $65, you receive a 2% annual reward on most Costco purchases, including in-warehouse shopping. The reward is capped at $1,000 per year, which means you'd have to spend $50,000 at Costco annually to hit the cap, unlikely for most households, but the cap is there. Here's the math that matters for seniors. If you spend $3,250 at Costco in a year, that's about $270 per month. Your 2% reward equals $65. Exactly enough to cover the upgrade cost. Every dollar you spend above that threshold is pure return on your membership. The average household that shops at Costco regularly spends considerably more than that. Internal member surveys and retail analyst estimates Put typical annual Costco spending for regular households. At $4,000, your 2% reward is $80, $15 more than the upgrade costs. At $5,000, it's $100 back. The pro tip: pull out your last 3 months of Costco receipts. Add them up. Multiply by 4 to annualize. Multiply that by 0. If the number is $65 or higher, which it will be for virtually any senior who shops at Costco for groceries and household essentials regularly, the upgrade pays for itself before you buy a single additional item. And remember, the reward applies to pharmacy purchases, travel bookings, and services, not just groceries. Which means the more of this list you take advantage of, the faster that cashback reward climbs. This is the kind of decision you make once and it quietly earns for you every year. That's the definition of a smart financial move. Item 11. Kirkland Greek Yogurt. Protein without the single-serve price scam. Back into the food aisles and into one of the most quietly expensive habits at a regular grocery store. Single-serve yogurt cups. Those little cups priced at $1.50 to $2.50 each at most chains. They seem small. They seem reasonable. Until you realize you're paying that every single day and the container lasts 4 minutes. Plain Greek yogurt is one of the most protein-dense, versatile foods available at the grocery level. 15 to 20 grams of protein per serving. Probiotics for gut health. Calcium for bones. Easy to eat, easy to prepare, easy to pair with virtually anything. Costco sells large tubs of plain Greek yogurt, Kirkland Signature, or comparable major brands at a cost per serving that frequently comes in under 60 cents. Compare that to the $1.50 to $2.50 per single-serve cup, and you're looking at a saving of roughly 60 to 75% per serving. For seniors eating yogurt daily, which many are, for protein intake and digestive health, the annual saving on this single item runs $300 to $600. From yogurt. The practical move: buy the large tub of plain. Portion it yourself. Sweeten with frozen berries from Costco's organic produce section, or a small drizzle of honey. Add a pinch of cinnamon. You've built a better, cheaper version of every flavored cup on the market, without the added sugar and without the markup. Item 12. Organic bulk produce. Eating cleaner without paying the Whole Foods penalty. Buying organic at most specialty stores adds a 20 to 50% premium to your food bill. For seniors trying to reduce pesticide exposure and eat more nutrient-dense foods, that premium can feel like a punishment for making a healthier choice. Costco is the largest organic produce retailer in the United States by volume. That scale means Costco can source organic at prices smaller stores can't match. Here's a specific price comparison worth anchoring. Organic blueberries at Costco, approximately $8 to $10 for an 18-ounce container. Comparable organic blueberries at Whole Foods, $6 to $8 for 6 ounces. That's 3 times the price per ounce at the specialty store. The practical challenge with bulk produce is the fear of waste. And it's a valid concern. Wash berries immediately. Spread them on a baking sheet. Freeze for 2 hours. Transfer to a freezer bag. Label. Done. You've just converted 5 days of fresh produce into 6 months of frozen produce. The nutritional content is largely preserved, and you've eliminated the waste factor entirely. For seniors on fixed incomes who genuinely want to eat healthier but feel priced out of it, Costco's organic section is one of the most powerful tools available. The key is just knowing how to buy it right. Item 13. Memory foam mattress. The health investment that pays you back in sleep. Let's be very clear about something. Sleep is not a luxury. For adults over 65, sleep quality is directly correlated with fall risk, immune function, cognitive performance, and emotional resilience. A 2023 review published in Nature Reviews Neuroscience highlighted the accumulating evidence linking poor sleep. We're not talking about being grumpy in the morning. We're talking about long-term brain health. A mattress that properly supports your spine, minimizes pressure points, and lets you complete full sleep cycles. And buying one should not require you to navigate a high-pressure showroom, endure a 45-minute sales pitch, and walk out wondering if you were just manipulated into spending $2,500 on springs. Costco's mattress selection, available both in warehouse and on Costco.com, includes memory foam and hybrid options regularly priced between $400 and $800. Comparable options from Casper, Purple, or Saatva run $1,200 to $2,000 for similar specifications. The detail that changes the risk calculation entirely. Costco's return policy on mattresses. Members have reported returning mattresses after extended use periods when the product wasn't working for them. When you remove the fear of making a wrong decision, buying a mattress from Costco becomes a very different experience than the traditional showroom gamble. Pro tip: check Costco.com as well as the physical warehouse. Online, you'll often find a wider selection of brands and models that aren't on the floor in-store, sometimes with free delivery included. Better sleep means better balance, better energy, better days. And Costco makes the tool for getting there cost less than half what most retailers charge for the same quality. Item 14. Costco Auto and Home Insurance. The annual saving hiding in plain sight. Okay, stop. I need you to actually hear this next one, because this is the item I told you about. The one that has nothing to do with anything inside the warehouse. And depending on your situation, it could save you more money per year than everything else on this list combined. Costco partners with Connected, powered by American Family Insurance, to offer home and auto insurance at exclusive member pricing not available to the general public. This program has been available for years, and an enormous percentage of Costco members have no idea it exists. Here is the context that makes this matter. The average U.S. auto insurance premium hit approximately $2,000 per year in 2024, according to Bankrate's national survey. That number has increased sharply over the past 3 years due to inflation in repair costs, increased accident frequency, and underwriting adjustments across the industry. A reduction of 15 to 25% through a member discount program means saving $300 to $500 per year on auto insurance alone. The pro tip here couldn't be simpler. Go to Costco's website, find the insurance section, get a quote. It takes 10 to 15 minutes. Compare it to what you're currently paying. If the number is better, even slightly, you've identified a saving that recurs every single year without any ongoing effort from you. For seniors on fixed incomes, annual recurring savings are the most powerful kind. You make one decision, and it pays you back automatically. That's not shopping. That's strategy. And the beautiful thing about Costco in 2026 is that it's evolved into a platform where the most significant savings, sometimes they're in a program, sometimes they're in a policy. And knowing where to look is the difference between a membership that pays for itself and one that barely breaks even. Item 15. Kirkland Incontinence Products. Practical dignity priced for real life. Let's handle the one that most people either fast forward past or don't talk about, because it absolutely deserves to be here. More than 50% of adults over the age of 65 experience some degree of urinary incontinence. It is one of the most common health realities of aging. And the cost of managing it daily at a retail drugstore adds up in a way that most people don't track, but should. Name brand incontinence products at a pharmacy, Depend, Poise, and similar, regularly run $1 to $1.50 per unit. Kirkland's signature protective underwear and pads at Costco come in at approximately 60 to 80 cents per unit. That gap, roughly 30 to 40% per unit, translates to $30 to $60 per month in savings for daily users. $360 to $720 per year. These are not inferior products. Kirkland's signature incontinence products have been rated consistently and favorably by consumer review platforms compared to name brands on absorption. The practical advice for first-time buyers: don't start with the largest available pack. Start with a smaller quantity to confirm that the specific style and size works for you. Costco's return policy is a safety net, but it's still easier to start conservatively and then commit to the bulk purchase once you know the fit is right. What this category represents is something more than money. It's peace of mind. It's keeping your routine steady and your household stocked without constant pharmacy runs. And it's one of those areas where Costco quietly delivers on something the premium brands charge a premium for: basic daily dignity, priced for real life. Item 16. Kirkland Protein and Fiber Bars. Smarter snacking, especially for blood sugar. Most protein bars on the market are nutritional theater. Look at the back panel on a popular protein bar at a convenience store. 20 plus grams of sugar. A protein claim on the front in large bold type. And a price that suggests you're purchasing something scientifically engineered in a Swiss laboratory. You are mostly paying for flavoring, wrapping, and marketing. Kirkland signature protein bars and similar bulk options at Costco provide comparable protein content to premium brands, Kind, RX Bar, Quest, at a cost of approximately $1 to $1.25 per bar. Retail pricing for those name brands at a grocery store, $2.50 to $3.50 per bar. For seniors who snack daily, and having easy accessible snacks matters when appetite fluctuates with age or medication effects, the annual saving on bars alone can hit $500 to $900. Here's the angle most videos miss entirely. For seniors managing type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance, the fiber content in certain bar options is not just a nice-to-have. Fiber slows the absorption of sugar, which moderates post-meal glucose spikes. Choosing a bar with 5 or more grams of fiber over one that's primarily protein and sugar has a genuine metabolic advantage. The pro tip: read the label before committing to a Costco bulk purchase. Look for fiber content above 5 grams per bar, protein above 10 grams, and sugar below 12 grams. The bars that hit all 3 of those markers are the ones worth buying in bulk. Easy to keep in a car. Easy to keep in a bag. Easy to grab on a low-energy day without reaching for something that undermines your health. Item 17. Costco travel. Cruises, vacations, and cash cards nobody tells you about. Here's a fact that genuinely surprises people. Costco is one of the top 5 travel agencies in the United States by sales volume. Not a travel agent. Not a booking website. A travel agency. Costco Travel moves a massive amount of vacation and cruise bookings every year, and almost nobody at the warehouse level knows this is happening. Costco Travel negotiates package pricing directly with major cruise lines, resort chains, and vacation operators. The member pricing they access is not publicly available. You can't get it by calling the cruise line directly. You get it because you're a Costco member. But here's the part that makes Costco Travel genuinely exceptional. On top of the already discounted package pricing, Costco Travel frequently includes Costco cash cards with bookings. Depending on the cruise or package, these cash cards have been reported at values ranging from $100 to $400. Think about what that means. You book a cruise at a price that's already lower than booking direct. And then Costco hands you a cash card worth up to $400 that you can use on anything in the warehouse. It's a discount on top of a discount. For active seniors who travel regularly or who have been putting off a dream trip because the numbers haven't felt right, Costco Travel is one of the most underutilized tools in the membership. Check it before you book anything. The 10 minutes it takes to compare could save you several $100s on a single trip. Item 18. The one-stop senior health visit. Costco's underrated time and energy saving. And here is the final item on this list. The one that isn't a product at all. It's a strategy. Most Costco locations today offer, under one roof, a pharmacy, an optical center with exam availability, a hearing center with professional fittings, a full grocery and household section, a travel desk, and access to insurance programs through their partner network. For seniors managing multiple health needs, juggling multiple providers, and making multiple trips to multiple locations every month, it has real economic value. Transportation costs money. Time costs energy. And for seniors dealing with mobility challenges, reliance on others for rides, or simply the fatigue of managing a busy health calendar, every unnecessary trip is a cost. Here's what a strategically planned Costco visit can accomplish in a single trip. Prescription pickup or price comparison at the pharmacy. Glasses adjustment or exam at the optical center. Hearing aid follow-up at the hearing center. Full grocery and household supply run. Travel inquiry for an upcoming trip. Supplement and OTC medication restock. That's 6 errands. In one building. In one trip. Call your local Costco before you go and ask which health services are available on site. Not every location has every service, but most major locations have at least 2 or 3. Once you know what's available, build a monthly health day around it. Show up with a list. Knock it all out in one efficient visit. Go home. This is what it means to use your Costco membership correctly. Not just grabbing the rotisserie chicken and the bulk paper towels. Using the full platform. Because the full platform, when you actually know what's on it, is one of the best senior financial tools available in 2026. All right, we just went through 18 real Costco deals built for seniors who want to spend smarter, live better, and stop leaving money on the table every time they walk through those warehouse doors. Let's put a number on what we actually covered today. The rotisserie chicken habit, optimized across 4 meals instead of 1, saves roughly $200 a year. Switching to Kirkland OTC medications, $300 to $700 a year. The pharmacy for seniors on multiple generics, potentially hundreds more, depending on what you're currently paying. Eyeglasses at Costco prices versus the chain optical alternative, $100 to $200 per pair. Hearing center pricing versus traditional providers, $2,000 to $3,000 on a single purchase. Executive membership upgrade, paying back in cashback, $60 to $100 or more, recurring annually. Insurance program, $300 to $500 per year. Travel booking with the cash card bonus, $100 to $400 per trip. When you add it up, a senior who genuinely engages with Costco's full platform, not just the grocery aisles, but the services, the programs, the membership math, is looking at a realistic annual savings somewhere between $1,500 and $3,000 or more. On a fixed income, that's not a number. That's breathing room. That's security. That's the difference between retirement feeling tight and retirement feeling manageable. And the thing about Costco in 2026 is that inflation has made it more relevant, not less. When prices everywhere else are climbing, the places that use scale to hold costs down are the places worth knowing. This is not about being cheap. This is about being smart. There is a genuine difference. Smart shoppers know where value actually lives, and they go get it without apology. So here's what I want from you right now. If something on this list either surprised you, saved you money, or made you think, drop the word Costco in the comments. One word. That's all. It tells me this kind of content is worth building more of, and it helps other seniors find this video. If you're not subscribed yet, hit subscribe now. Because we are dropping a full Costco pharmacy deep dive very soon, where we go line by line through the most commonly prescribed medications for seniors and show you exactly how Costco's pricing compares to the major chains. That is a video that could change your prescription routine permanently. And before you go, we're also building out a complete 2026 senior savings library. Every video is built on real numbers, updated information, and zero filler. So stay close. The next one is coming. This is frugal finds for you. And spending smart will always beat spending more. See you in the next one.